Can't concentrate at the moment? Can't focus and get stuck in on doing the things you need to do to build and grow your business? Keep watching. In this episode, I'm going to share with you insights on why we are distracted, but also action you can take to overcome distractions so you can get the stuff done to build and grow your business. See you in a bit. There are many things you can do externally to minimize distraction. I'll cover it in an upcoming episode, so make sure you subscribe. But today I want to share with you what you can do internally to minimize distraction. You're feeling distracted because, according to neuroscience, goal-orientated behavior depends on your brain's executive processes. Now, that part of the brain, your executive processes, I refer to as the coach. Part of the coach's responsibility is your working memory. You have long-term memory and working memory. Long-term memory is remembering when you fell down the stairs when you were 5 and you blamed it on your younger brother. Working memory is standing in the queue in the supermarket trying to remember your shopping list while talking to the customer standing in front of you. You need working memory to focus for a few hours on things like reading, focusing during a client call so you can ask better questions, remembering to prepare for your 2 o'clock Zoom meeting. But here's the thing, emotional stimuli are potent distractors. They capture and yank your attention. Let's dig a little bit deeper. Just a little, teeny tiny. A study in this journal, I won't say the name because you'll fall asleep. The study shows that survival relevant information has privileged access to our awareness, our resources, and our attention. A bit like the youngest sibling has privileged access to your parents' emotional heartstrings. Another study also shows that any threat-related stimuli are fierce competitors for your attention. Sort of like when I call my cat to come and play with me. If she hears a loud banging noise downstairs, then she's... So in the current context, what this means is there's a global pandemic, which has changed the world as we know it. We're consuming more news than usual, separated from our loved ones. Even grocery shopping is more challenging than usual. And there's the ever-looming threat of running out of toilet roll. And it's all putting the survival part of our brain on high alert. And I call it the hammer, because it's constantly on high alert, operating beneath our conscious awareness, ready to strike with blinding swiftness. The hammer is constantly snatching resources away. It's why we're more distracted, less focused, and we have a shorter fuse. Good news is you can do something about it. A study in this journal shows when you activate your coach, it helps inhibit irrelevant information and it protects your attention. And here's what you do. First, you need to stop the attacks on your hammer, the part of the brain that's on constant high alert, which means less news and less social media. Link below, there's an episode on how negative news is making you ill and how to reduce your social media consumption. And next, you need to stop talking about all of the bad things happening, because the more you talk about it, the more it activates the hammer. Now, I'm not suggesting you deny your feelings. Absolutely not. Let your feelings arise, acknowledge them, be kind, but the difference is wallowing in them. In the Greenwich Park down the road, there's a sign that says, "Do not feed the bird," because the more you feed them, the more birds will come. The more you talk about all the negative things that are going on, the more negative thoughts will arise. So don't feed the negative thoughts. Right now, write down what activity are you trying to do where you get distracted. Now notice what thoughts and feelings arise when you're about to do the activity. When you've recognized the thoughts and feelings that arise, the next step is to accept them and let them go. There's a wonderful metaphor that Jonathan Brecker uses. I love it. He calls it leaves on a stream. Watch those thoughts like they're leaves on a stream. So you don't try and stop them, you don't get attached to them, you just watch them drift by. Inhale and exhale, and listen to your breathing while you're doing that. Doing so creates a gap in the thoughts and the feelings that are pulling you towards distraction, activated by the hammer. Take tiny action. Tiny. Towards whatever it is you're trying to do. Read one sentence. Write one sentence. Whatever the tiny action is, it's got to take you less than 1 minute to actually do it. So those are the 4 steps. What are the thoughts and feelings? Accept them and let them go. That leaves on a stream metaphor is a wonderful visual tool for you. Inhale and exhale creates a gap from those thoughts and feelings pulling you towards distraction. And then take a tiny action. Less than 1 minute to do. This is a simple process, but it's not easy. Overcoming our mind is one of the hardest things we can ever do. The more you get into the practice of activating your coach, the better you get at it, the easier it gets, and the more command you have over where you put and keep your attention. Hope that was useful. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you found this useful, please share. You never know, there may be people who are also struggling with distraction. I'm Anise Kisselbash. Thanks for watching Coffee and Wisdom, and I will see you in another episode.